Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Speak English with Mishu. I'm Emily, and we're so glad you're here with us today.
And I'm Liam. Today's episode is all about something many of us struggle with: discipline. You might have great goals, like learning English, waking up early, or exercising. But staying consistent? That's the real challenge, right?
Exactly. We've all had those days where we say, I'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone.
So in this episode, we're going to explore why discipline is hard, and more importantly, how you can become more disciplined in a simple, realistic way.
We'll give you practical tips, introduce some easy English vocabulary, and most importantly, we'll keep it friendly and fun, because learning discipline doesn't have to feel like punishment.
Whether you want to study regularly, stick to a routine, or just stop wasting time, you're in the right place.
So grab a cup of tea or take a walk while you listen. Let's start your journey toward becoming more focused, more consistent, and more powerful, one small step at a time.
Let's get into it.
Let's be honest, being disciplined is hard. How many times have you told yourself, tomorrow I'll wake up early and study? But then when the alarm rings, you hit snooze.
Or maybe you start something with a lot of excitement. You say, this time I'm serious. You follow your routine for 2 or 3 days, but then, boom, one distraction, one bad mood, and everything crashes.
It's like we know what we should do, but we just don't do it. We want to change, but we get stuck. Why does that happen?
Let's break it down with some real-life examples. Say you're trying to learn English. You start a new course online. The first day, you're excited. Second day, still motivated. But by the third or fourth day, Netflix looks more fun, or your phone is too tempting, or you're just tired.
Or think about exercise. So many people say, I want to get healthy. They buy new shoes, maybe a gym membership, even post about it on Instagram. But after a week, the shoes are in the closet and the gym card is lost in your bag.
Same thing happens with morning routines, saving money, reading books, or waking up early. We start, we stop. We restart, we stop again.
It's frustrating, right? And worst of all, it makes us feel guilty. You think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stay disciplined like other people? But here's the truth. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just human.
Exactly. Everyone struggles with discipline, even successful people. The difference is they find systems that work for them, and they train their minds step by step to make discipline a habit, not a punishment.
And that's what this episode is about. We want to remove the guilt, help you understand why discipline feels hard, and show you how to make it easier so it becomes part of your lifestyle.
We'll explore questions like, why do I keep quitting? How can I control distractions? How do I build a strong habit even when I don't feel motivated?
And we'll talk about simple techniques that can help you stay focused even if you're tired, busy, or feeling low.
So, if you've ever felt like discipline is something only strong people have, this episode will help you see it differently.
Discipline isn't about being strict or perfect. It's about making small choices again and again, even when it's not easy. And guess what? You can do it.
And we're going to help you learn how, step by step. So now that we understand the struggle, let's go a little deeper. Why is discipline so difficult for most people?
Great question. It's not because you're weak or lazy. It's because our brains are wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. That's called the pleasure principle in psychology.
Exactly. Your brain doesn't care about your long-term goals. It cares about survival and comfort right now. So when you plan to study for 1 hour, but TikTok gives you instant pleasure in 15 seconds, guess what your brain will choose?
TikTok, Netflix, Instagram, snacks, sleep, anything that feels easier than effort. That's not your fault. It's how our brain is designed. Short-term pleasure wins over long-term growth, unless we train it differently.
Another reason discipline is hard: we expect too much too soon. You say, from tomorrow I'll wake up at 5 a.m., run 5 kilometers, study English for 2 hours, eat only vegetables, and never touch my phone.
That sounds amazing, but also impossible. Real life doesn't work like that. When we set huge, unrealistic goals, we fail fast and then blame ourselves.
That's called motivation overload. You're so excited to change everything that you forget discipline is not about big changes. It's about small, repeatable actions.
Let me give you a quick metaphor. Think of discipline like brushing your teeth. You don't brush for 3 hours once a week, right? You brush for 2 minutes every day. That's what keeps your teeth clean.
Yes, discipline works the same way. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency.
Also, many of us struggle with discipline because we tie it to willpower. We think, I just need more willpower. But the truth is, willpower is limited. It runs out during the day, just like your phone battery.
And when willpower is low, after a busy day or bad mood, you quit. That's why relying on willpower alone doesn't work.
Instead of willpower, we need to build systems and habits. Systems don't need motivation, they just run.
Another reason? You're trying to be perfect. If you miss one day, you feel like a failure. You say, I messed up, what's the point now? And then you give up completely.
That's called the all or nothing trap. But real discipline is flexible. It allows bad days. It's okay to fall. What matters is getting back up.
So, let's quickly sum up why discipline feels hard. Your brain prefers comfort and pleasure. You try to change everything at once. You rely on willpower, not systems. You expect perfection. And you don't celebrate small wins.
And now that we understand these root causes, we can start fixing them. Because once you know why something is broken, it's easier to repair it.
Up next, we'll walk you through practical, easy-to-follow strategies to build real discipline, even if you're busy, tired, or struggling.
So don't go anywhere. The best part is just getting started. Let's teach you how to turn discipline into your daily superpower. All right. Now it's time for the fun part, solutions. We've talked about the struggle, we've explored the reasons, and now let's take action.
We're going to share 4 powerful tips that can help you build real discipline, step by step, using simple ideas that anyone can follow.
Tip 1. Start tiny, really tiny. If you want to build discipline, start small, very small. Don't say, I'll study English for 2 hours. Instead say, I'll open my notebook and study for 2 minutes.
2 minutes? That sounds like nothing. But here's the magic. Once you start, you often keep going. The hardest part is beginning, and starting small removes the pressure.
Exactly. It's like brushing just one tooth. You'll probably brush them all. The key is to lower the resistance. That's how you train your brain to show up, even when motivation is low.
Tip 2. Use visual cues and triggers. Have you heard of habit stacking? It means attaching a new habit to something you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth, I'll study 1 vocabulary word. Or, after lunch, I'll write 1 sentence in English.
You can also use visuals to remind you. Keep your English book on your pillow. Stick a note on your mirror. Put a reminder on your phone's lock screen. When your environment supports your goal, discipline becomes easier.
That's right. Discipline isn't just mental, it's also environmental. You don't need more motivation, you need more reminders.
Tip 3. Track progress with a success chain. Try this. Every time you complete your small task, like 5 minutes of English practice, put a check mark on a calendar. After a few days, you'll see a chain, and the goal becomes don't break the chain.
This method works because the brain loves visual progress. Seeing those check marks grow gives you a mini reward. It says, look, I'm doing it.
And when you feel like skipping a day, you'll look at that beautiful chain and think, no way, I've come this far.
Even if you miss 1 day, no problem. Just don't miss 2 in a row. 1 break is a pause. 2 breaks becomes a habit.
Tip 4. Use a friendly inner coach, not a harsh critic. This one is important. Many people fail because they talk to themselves like a bully. I'm so lazy, I'll never change, I'm useless. But that kind of self-talk kills motivation.
Imagine if your best friend failed to study for one day. Would you say, "You're hopeless"? No. You'd say, "It's okay, try again tomorrow." You need to treat yourself the same way.
Start using a kind inner voice. Say things like, I'm learning, I'm building discipline. Every small step counts. That inner voice becomes your coach, not your enemy.
And if you feel stuck, say this simple phrase: just do something small. Just one step. Because one step is always better than zero.
Target quick summary. Let's quickly recap the 4 discipline building tips. Start tiny. Even 2 minutes is enough. Use visual triggers and habit stacking. Track your progress with a calendar or app. Be kind to yourself. Use your inner coach, not your inner critic.
These tips work together. Start with 1 or 2 today. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start.
Coming up next, we'll share a few resources and tools that can support your journey toward becoming more disciplined. You don't have to do this alone.
Now that we've explored practical strategies, let's talk about a few simple tools and free resources that can support your journey.
That's right. Discipline gets easier when you have reminders, trackers, and maybe even a bit of inspiration along the way. So here are some helpful resources we recommend.
1. Habit tracking apps. First up, habit trackers. Apps like Habitica, Streaks, or TickTick let you record your habits, check your progress, and even gamify your discipline.
If you prefer something very simple, try Google Calendar or a basic to-do list app. The key is consistency, not complexity.
We also like apps that send reminders. A soft notification that says, "Hey, it's time for 5 minutes of English," can be a powerful nudge.
2. Daily journal or notebook.
Sometimes the best tools aren't digital. Keep a small discipline journal. Each day, write 3 sentences. What I did well today, what I struggled with, what I'll try tomorrow.
This keeps your mind focused. You're not just doing tasks, you're learning from your behavior.
This keeps your mind focused. You're not just doing tasks, you're learning from your behavior.
You can even use your notebook to write English sentences or track new vocabulary. It becomes both a discipline tool and a learning tool.
3. Free PDFs and printables. To make things even easier, we've created a free Discipline Starter Toolkit PDF just for you. It includes a printable habit tracker, a sample tiny habit planner, a list of daily affirmations, a 7-day mini challenge.
You can download it from the video description or by visiting www.speakenglishwithmishu.com/discipline. Note, adjust this if you have a real link.
It's totally free and designed to help you take action starting today, because sometimes having a little structure can make a big difference.
4. Motivational podcast clips and music.
Need a quick motivation boost? We suggest listening to short podcast episodes, YouTube motivation speeches, or even focus music while working. It helps you stay in the zone.
There are entire playlists on Spotify and YouTube with discipline mindset audio. Use them to get into flow.
5. Accountability partners.
And finally, don't go it alone. Find a friend, sibling, or study buddy. Share your goal. I'll do 5 minutes of English every day this week. Can you check in on me?
Having someone who checks in, even once a week, can double your consistency. Discipline isn't always solo. It's easier when someone's cheering for you.
Quick recap.
Here's what we shared. Use habit tracking apps, keep a daily discipline journal, download the free PDF toolkit, listen to focus audio, find an accountability partner.
Pick one tool to try this week. You don't need them all. Just find what fits your life and build from there.
And remember, resources don't create discipline. You do. But the right tools make it easier to keep going. Now it's time for one of our favorite segments, Vocabulary Builder.
Let's highlight some useful English words and phrases we used in this episode.
These words are practical, commonly used, and connected to real situations.
We'll explain each one, give a simple definition, and share an example sentence.
Book 1. Discipline.
Definition: the ability to control your behavior to achieve goals.
Example. Waking up early every day takes discipline.
It's the core word of this episode. Think of it as your inner strength to stay consistent.
Book 2. Procrastinate.
Definition: to delay doing something, especially a task you should do now.
Example. I always procrastinate when it's time to study grammar.
We all do this sometimes, but learning this word helps you recognize the habit.
Book 3. Habit.
Definition: a routine behavior that you do regularly, often without thinking.
Example. Brushing your teeth is a daily habit.
And learning English can become a habit too, just like brushing your teeth.
Book 4. Trigger.
Definition: something that causes an action or response.
Example. Hearing my alarm is a trigger to start my morning routine.
In the discipline context, a trigger is a helpful reminder that tells your brain it's time to act.
Book 5. Mindset.
Definition: the way you think about something, your attitude or belief system.
Example. With the right mindset, you can overcome any challenge.
Discipline isn't just about action, it starts with your mindset.
Book 6. Accountability.
Definition: responsibility to someone else for your actions.
Example. My friend is my accountability partner. We remind each other to study.
When someone checks in on you, you're more likely to follow through. That's the power of accountability.
Book 7. Consistency.
Definition: doing something regularly without giving up.
Example. Success comes from consistency, not perfection.
Even 5 minutes a day of English practice builds your skills if you're consistent.
Quick review.
Let's repeat the 7 key words from today. 1. Discipline. 2. Procrastinate. 3. Habit. 4. Trigger. 5. Mindset. 6. Accountability. 7. Consistency.
Try using these in your own sentences today. Write them in your journal or say them out loud. Practice turns words into power.
Coming up next, we'll wrap everything up and give you one last burst of motivation to stay on track.
All right, deep breath. Let's take a moment to reflect. You've just learned a lot about discipline. Not just what it is, but how to build it, use it, and grow it.
Exactly. Whether you struggle with studying, waking up early, or sticking to goals, you now have real strategies you can start using today.
Let's quickly go over what we've covered in this episode.
What you've learned today.
Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it.
You discovered the root causes of poor discipline, things like procrastination, distraction, and fear.
You learned practical tips. Start small, create triggers, reward yourself, and track your progress.
We shared helpful tools, habit apps, journals, and accountability.
And we even built your vocabulary with 7 useful English words.
That's a full toolbox. If you take even one of these ideas and apply it today, you're already stronger than yesterday.
Final motivation. You are not lazy.
Let me say something very important, friend. You are not lazy. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. And being disciplined is a skill, not a personality.
You don't need to be perfect to change your life. You just need to take one small step again and again.
So if today you write one sentence in English, or do 5 push-ups, or say no to one distraction, you've already won.
Discipline is a muscle. You don't build strong arms by going to the gym once. You build them by showing up repeatedly.
And you build your discipline muscle in the same way, with small, honest actions, over time, with love, not punishment.
Your future is built in minutes. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation will come after you take action, not before.
Even 1 minute of focus is better than none. Your dreams, your goals, they're not built in big moments. They're built in small, quiet minutes like this.
You've got this. So here's our final message to you. You've got this. Whatever your goal is, it's possible.
We believe in you. The real question is, do you believe in yourself? Because if you do, nothing can stop you.
Let this be your turning point, a new chapter in your journey. You're not just learning English, you're building a stronger you. We've talked a lot about practical steps, but let's take a moment to focus on your mindset, because how you think about discipline shapes everything.
Absolutely. Discipline isn't just an action, it's a mindset you build over time. Let's do a simple exercise to help shift your thinking today.
Mindset exercise, the Small Wins Journal. Grab a notebook or open your phone's Notes app. Every day for the next week, write down 3 small wins you accomplish, no matter how tiny.
It could be waking up on time, practicing one English phrase, or drinking a glass of water.
These small wins train your brain to notice progress instead of perfection.
Why this works? When you focus on what you've done rather than what you haven't, it creates positive momentum.
Your brain rewards you with motivation. You feel proud, and that pride fuels your discipline.
Reflection question. After your week of small wins, ask yourself, what patterns do I see? What helps me stay consistent? What gets in my way?
Journaling like this helps you understand your own habits and mindset better, so you can improve them.
Daily mindset reminder. Each morning tell yourself, I'm not aiming for perfect, just progress.
This simple phrase keeps your expectations realistic and your mind kind.
Star final thought for this part. Discipline grows best in a positive, patient environment, especially inside your mind.
Treat yourself like a friend learning a new skill. Be gentle but persistent.
Part 8 complete. Say continue when ready for Part 9, real life story and reflection. We'll share an inspiring story and practical lessons that bring discipline to life.
Would you like me to proceed with Part 9 now? Here's Part 9, real life story and reflection. Topic, how to be more disciplined.
Stories help us understand ideas, don't they? Today, let me share a story about someone who transformed their life through discipline.
I love stories. They make lessons. Sarah was a university student who struggled with procrastination and distraction. She wanted to graduate with good grades, but often felt overwhelmed.
Sounds familiar. Many learners face that.
Exactly. One day, Sarah decided to make a change. She started by setting a small goal: study for just 15 minutes a day.
That's a smart start. Small, manageable.
She also removed distractions, putting her phone in another room, and used a timer to focus.
So she created a distraction-free environment. Nice.
The shift. Over time, Sarah's 15 minutes grew to 30, then 60. She tracked her progress in a journal and rewarded herself with breaks.
Consistency built her discipline muscle. She kept going even when motivation was low.
By the end of the semester, Sarah saw big improvements, not just in grades, but confidence.
What we can learn.
Discipline doesn't mean doing everything perfectly, it means starting small and building habits.
Removing distractions and tracking progress helped Sarah stay on track.
And rewarding yourself is important. It keeps you motivated and positive.
Reflection.
What small step can you take today, like Sarah's 15 minutes? What distractions can you remove? How will you reward yourself for progress?
Think about it and start planning your own journey. Now, Liam, let's practice some real-life situations where discipline can be tricky.
Great idea, Emily. Role-playing helps make things clear and easy to remember.
Scenario 1. Procrastinating on homework. Liam, imagine you have a big homework assignment due tomorrow, but you feel like watching TV instead. What can you do?
I could start by telling myself, I'll work for just 10 minutes now. Breaking it down makes it less scary.
Exactly. That's a great start. Then set a timer for 10 minutes and focus only on the homework.
After 10 minutes, if I still want to watch TV, I can decide then. But often, starting is the hardest part.
Scenario 2. Waking up early for exercise. What if it's 6 a.m. and you feel too tired to get out of bed for your morning run?
I could remind myself of my goal. Exercise helps me feel energetic all day.
And maybe place your running shoes by the bed tonight to make it easier to start.
Good tip. Small changes like that build good habits.
Scenario 3. Avoiding social media distractions. Many people get distracted by social media when they want to study or work. What can you do?
I'd turn off notifications or use an app that blocks social media during study time.
Perfect. And remember, discipline means making choices that help you reach your goals.
Practical tip. Try practicing these role plays in your mind or with a friend. It makes real situations easier to handle.
Yes, the more you practice, the stronger your discipline becomes.
Emily, we've covered many basics so far, but what about when discipline feels really hard, like during tough times?
That's a great question, Liam. Everyone faces challenges that test their discipline. Let's talk about some advanced tips to stay strong even then.
Tip 1. Use if-then planning.
Create simple if-then plans. For example, if I feel too tired to study, then I will review my notes for 5 minutes instead of quitting.
That way, you have a clear backup plan to keep moving forward.
Rotate. Tip 2. Focus on systems, not just goals.
Instead of only setting goals like, I want to learn English, focus on systems, the daily habits and routines that make progress automatic.
Like studying 15 minutes every day at the same time, regardless of motivation.
Yes, discipline grows best when you're patient and kind to yourself.
Climber. Tip 4. Break big tasks into smaller steps.
Big projects can feel overwhelming.
Break them into bite-sized tasks and celebrate completing each one.
Small wins add up quickly and keep your motivation alive.
Common challenges and how to overcome them.
Distractions, low energy, and loss of motivation are common.
Plan ahead. Identify your triggers and have strategies ready.
For example, if boredom makes you quit studying, try changing your location or using different materials.
Recap.
Use if-then plans, build strong daily systems, be kind to yourself, break down big tasks.
And plan for challenges before they happen.
Emily, we've covered so much today about discipline. Practical tips, mindset exercises, real stories, and ways to overcome challenges.
Yes, Liam. Remember, discipline is not about being perfect. It's about making steady progress every day.
If you take just one step forward today, no matter how small, you're building a better future.
And those small steps add up to big changes. Keep believing in yourself and your ability to grow.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Speak English with Mishu to get more helpful lessons every week.
Like and share this episode with friends who want to build discipline and improve their English.
And leave a comment or message to tell us about your progress or questions. We love hearing from you.
Thanks for listening and being part of our learning community.
Stay disciplined, stay motivated, and we'll see you next time on Speak English with Mishu.